Okay. All right. This is gonna be a demonstration for working on your inquiry, question, and answer, as well as your sketches that focus on value. All right. So, okay. So first thing we're gonna do is obviously coming up with your inquiry, question, and answer. So right now everybody should have an essential question. So it's basically the big research question that you guys came up with for your specific SI topics. So I was going to use this essential question as an example. So, how does our social economical status affect our way of living? So, I use that as my essential question though, but definitely take a look at your mind maps that you guys created. So unfortunately, I can't really show you guys my mind map because my Illustrator got deleted. But you can definitely take a look at the mind map though to give you some ideas of certain inquiries that you guys can do. For your SI topics, as well as look at your presentations as well, because I know some of you guys came up with multiple questions for your big essential question. Okay, so there's a couple different resources you can pull from it. I'm just gonna create a little mini mind map for mine, just because like I feel like I need to at least like illustrate or show like my thought process in this. Okay, so now in terms of the question that I wrote down. So, how does our social economical status affect our way of living? So, I want you to take your time, think about your essential question, and if it even works easier this way, you can think about things you might want to draw, and then later put it into like question form. It's just real important that we are able to kind of put our thoughts into a question, just because part of what you end up doing with your writing part of the AP portfolio is you have to identify what your inquiry question is, and if you can just kind of write it in question form, then it kind of gets rid of the guesswork for the AP score. So obviously socioeconomical status. I could just make a little chart on here. So social economic status. So obviously we can write some certain inquiries. So you can think about like in terms of like poor, rich people. You can think about middle class. So you're just writing down ideas on things you might want to do, and or even like topics that could relate to that. So one of the things I thought was really interesting was morals. Morals. But you probably can look at your mind map though to give you some ideas of things. I'm gonna go with moral for mine. So when I changed this into like question form, I was thinking about how does our moral upbringing affect who we grow up to be. All right, so and this might even be the question I want to use. So it's just we're just kind of using it as like a starting point. So morals. So obviously, you think about morals. What is right and what is wrong. And then sometimes the moral areas have some gray areas as well. Some people may think something's right, something's wrong. In terms of right, I can think about in terms of like, helping others. So maybe one of my pieces could be like, helping others in a certain way. So helping others, financials. Financials. I can't spell it. Money. Schoolwork. So we kind of already did this already. The mind map. I'm just doing what just showing you. You can even do like even more narrowed down mind maps. Wrong is think about like that in terms of like greed, corporations, And I do remember writing something like this on my, my original mind map that I had. So I actually want to go with this idea though, with the greed and the wrong and the corporation. So that's the kind of direction I wanted to take my, my inquiry question. Okay, so you want to come up with your inquiry question and answer. So like I would just write down, this is my central question, my inquiry question: how does moral upbringing affect who you grow up to be? So if I were to like write an answer to, because I do want you guys to come up with an answer in the entry box below. Just make sure to write that down. So let me change the student view. So I already wrote down the essential question, my inquiry. Make sure to incorporate that in the text box below. I'm just gonna type in what the answer would be. So one person's upbringing can lead them to think of money as the most important aspects in their life. This could lead them to be greedy and selfish towards their own self. Revolves around them. So obviously I'm just writing my experiences or what I think about in terms of selfishness and greed, but you also want to do a little bit of research, look up things, to kind of give you like an idea of these like some sketches of things you can do. So okay, but we're just writing just journal idea though. So obviously I want you to write the inquiry question, answer, and then and then what your response or answer could be with this. So I want to do something like greed and selfishness and money. I think that could be really interesting with that. Okay, so once you are done with that though, then we can move on to your thumbnail sketches. So that mind map we did, is not required. Some of you guys probably look at your old mind maps and just elaborate more with it. But I had to just make one just because my other one got lost. Alright, so moving on to your sketches. Okay, so pretty simple. I want you guys to create 5 small little rectangle boxes. So if you remember, you can just draw a straight line, hold it, and then let it go. Straight line, hold, let it go. Straight line, hold, let it go. Straight line, hold, let it go. Okay, so you want to make about 5 small rectangles. So you can just make one rectangle. You can duplicate it. Swipe to the left side, duplicate, move it over. Oops. You can move this over. Swipe right, left, duplicate, move over. And if you want to, you can also kind of play around with some vertical pieces as well. So I might do 2 vertical, 2 horizontal. Okay, but at least do about 5 thumbnail sketches. Maybe one more down here. Alright, we'll just keep it vertical. Okay, so we can do a little thumbnail sketches on here. So okay, so we go back to the ideas I planned out. Wanted to kind of focus on greed, wrong, corporation, and then possible repercussions too. Repercussions. Okay. So, when I think about corporate greed, I think about obviously, you can think about like things to draw. So I'm just writing down, some ideas that I have. You don't have to write this down, but if this is easy for you, you can always write it down. things to draw. So obviously I want to draw money. It's going to be important. Some money. Pen smaller. So another thing too that's important is, when we do your sketches, there's actually a very specific way I want us to do the drawings for value. So each of them at least has like a different concept or thing that we're going to do. So with value though, we're actually going to be taking photos of references for our drawings that we're going to do. So I do want you to incorporate at least a drawing of like a model, so a human figure. So it could be like the hand, the body, the face, and just incorporate something with a human. And then also like a strong light source, because value is going to be real important, because when we incorporate value though, we're going to be using the chiaroscuro. Think about like strong contrast, strong lighting in the work. So you're gonna have more of like dramatic lighting when it comes to this particular piece compared to your other ones. And if you find it works out real well with this first piece, you could definitely incorporate value in all your pieces. So some money, and then one of them could be human being. Obviously I want you to draw at least a human being in this drawing, whether it's the face, body. I think hands would be really good for like money, because we handle money with hands. You gotta think about that. So money, hands, and maybe a incorporate a financial chart or something. Financial chart of some sort. That represent like growth or something. That'd be kind of neat to do that in the drawing somewhere. Okay, so there's a couple ideas I have in mind. So, if you want to, you could just start like drawing ideas of like what you want to incorporate, what you want to think about. So, for example, maybe one of my ideas could be someone has like this money on the table here. Oops. So we got like these stacks of coins here. That could be really interesting. So I'll zoom in to draw this. So stacks of money here. And maybe I can have someone's like hands over here. So with the little thumbnail sketches though, they don't have to be super detailed. So I was just thinking like, these hands here, they could be holding the money. So I really don't have to worry too much about the drawing. But, I can have like their hands kind of wrapped around this money here. And, person's like faces like right here. So I don't know, maybe the money could be glowing. So that could be where the light source is like the money. And then I have to think about like how the money will affect the person's face right here. So maybe have like a really big grin on his face or something. I don't know. This could be like a table. So I'm just kind of designing it where like this could be maybe a picture I could take in the room. And, the background could be like really dark. Actually no, the background could be like like I mentioned before, like the chart before. So, I could do like a little scale chart. I can make it red or something. This could represent like, usually when someone's greedy in a corporation or something, because I would be in a business suit, this is going to also represent like, like people are losing money in the world. As well, like corporate greed, like it's always affecting like the smaller people in the company. When the bosses get raises and then like people lose jobs or they can't pay the the people that are like in the lower end. And that could be an issue. So that could be like one of my ideas. And then this is also incorporating the rule of thirds. So okay, and if you're really like stumped on ideas, it wouldn't hurt to look online some other ideas as well. So I can type in corporate greed. See what pops up with that. So same idea, just people grabbing the money here. The reason that's not loading. So that's kind of interesting right here. Oops. It's like pollution, environmental destruction. It's kind of following those things out. I don't know why I can't click on this, but this one's kind of neat though. Corporate greed, it's hurting the economy. So this is like what you guys have to do with like your inquiry. You have to like research it and look up ideas or things that could make for like good artwork related to your SI topic. So I see a couple of like really cool ideas. Obviously, I don't really want to copy anyone's artwork, but think about like other things I can incorporate more. You can also feel free to look at examples. So I might actually look up images like holding money. So just see some poses of it like holding money. So if I wanted to incorporate like an idea of just like hands and money, that could be kind of really neat. Maybe like grabbing money. So this is like kind of what we'll end up doing in class though, is like finding like taking like our own picture of like how things could look. So I kind of want to do something similar to this. And the nice thing about doing like your own reference photo is it's like easier to take the picture of what you want and how you want it to look. So I kind of want him to like kind of grab the money more, but I can kind of use like this idea maybe. Like do another sketch idea. So maybe let me save that image. So feel free to like save these images. So I like looking at images when I do thumbnails. Adjustments. So I can look at this, open them in my drawing. Yeah, this is really small. It's not really a big deal. So maybe instead of the hands being more like a flatter palm here. And he's just like trying to get all the money in the middle. Some money here, there. So you don't have to worry about too much with the thumbnail sketch. These are just like really quick drawings we're doing. You're gonna look a little menacing. You get the idea though. We're just drawing ideas on how it could look, the drawing. And the money could be glowing from here. Yeah, that'd be really neat though, like show like the lighting from the money, make him look more evil. Okay. So I want you guys to come up with like some thumbnail sketches on like how it could look. So this one's like a little bit closer, this one's more further away. Yeah, maybe I might draw one with just the hands. So maybe the hands could be like really big over here, close up. Get the stacks of money here. And maybe there's some coins right here. So this is just like maybe just a tie here. So we don't even really see the face, you know, it could just be the body and the hands. Okay, so you want to come up with 5 thumbnail sketches, and then eventually like you'll do a bigger version of, you know, one of the drawings, go into more detail with it. Okay, obviously we're gonna, you know, take our own reference photos, go even like further detail. That'll be more for like the final. Okay.